Hello, and welcome to the Blue Room. It's very blue in here today. Don't know why. May just change it later on, depending on how the video goes. So, I am here to talk about my improvising techniques for Beamer's contemporary music performance guitar. For this course, we looked at how to improvise. We looked mainly at blues because it's a good place to start because it's kind of only really like 4 scales you need to know, just really pentatonic, major and minor, and then major blues, minor blues, and that's it. And then you can kind of improvise blues. You can obviously dig deeper and get into it more, so you have more of like a George Benson style, but blues is kind of something I've been doing for years anyway. Nothing I'm really that good at for improvising. I did find this module kind of the hardest out of all of them, bar sight reading, just because I found it so difficult to understand how to improvise. So at the start of the module, I wasn't there, I was in hospital, and then I came to the lessons and it was really good. We did George Benson was on Broadway. That was the first one I did, and I loved it because you kind of, yes, it's blues, so you kind of get a grasp on how you can play, and you can use all kind of like the blues phrasing, and all the licks I've learned for like a 1-4-5 progression. But then it does move up in semitones, which was quite interesting, made it more jazzy. I did it with Luke, and started with Gavin and Simon on bass. And the picking, obviously the comping I found easy, because it's something I'm very used to. But with the improvising, it's something that I just kind of needed to work on a lot more. I found the other guys were really good. Luke was really good in terms of the scatting, and even for the exam he brought in his guitar to play guitar and sing at the same time, which is quite interesting. I don't think he ended up doing it in the exam because I think he had a sore throat. He just wanted to focus on singing. I don't know if Simon improvised on bass, but I know Gavin's solo on it was really cool, and I love that. It was a shame that at the end I didn't add more of a George Benson style. I kind of got too flustered because everything kind of sounded a bit off and I didn't know why. So it kind of threw me off, so then I just ended up playing through the scales like I usually do, like a robot. And I didn't play the scales the phrases that I learned from George Benson, which I was really looking forward to. But that's quite a shame, but that happens in gigs. People still loved it, so that was good. And then for the other songs, I did Spain by Chick Corea, and I learnt the Chick Corea, the Al Jarreau version. I learnt the keyboard solo because I wasn't improvising on this, so I thought it'd be really fun to play the keyboard solo, and then everybody else kind of improvises as well. So I just know that I'm not gonna mess it up for them, And then I did Scatting by Ellie on Spain. It was amazing. Kind of all of them did so well. It was really good communication. That was the main thing for Spain. Like if we were changing section, I would look at Max, and then we kind of like communicate all with each other. We all spoke before the exam, so we knew what we were kind of doing, so we could kind of work out the dynamics and what we wanted to play to help them, because that's what it's about. You don't want to play by yourself. It's a whole group kind of building this song. So when Max was doing his improvising bit, I would cut out halfway through where he goes a bit heavier, so it focuses more on kind of his low frequency tones. We also did funk, so we did Wolf Peck, and that was really fun to play. I loved that because it kind of worked on my right hand technique with like really fast strumming, and that was amazing. For the soloing, I don't know why, I just got flustered. I worked out so much stuff. I learned, I think I was doing it all pretty much in Dorian, which was nice, added a bit jazzy tone to it, but I wanted to keep it more funky, so I would, like in a meters style, I would play the notes and then quickly mute them. So I'd play like a couple of the strings and then mute them straight away, so you get kind of that chunky sound. So that was quite fun to kind of focus on the rhythmic style of the solo instead of the melodic. I ended up just playing what was it, like minor pentatonic or major pentatonic throughout it, but then I did try and make it more interesting with these choppy phrases. I did include for the other solos Fender Rhodes style with my pedal. That was really fun. It just added a bit more. I pretended to play the keyboard, you know, it was just all for the show. And yeah, so that was really fun. And then I thought my favourite piece that I did was Algier de Ogum. Algier de Ogum. There we go. The village of Ogum. And that was really fun because I don't know if you saw my previous video of my performance module, but I spoke about how I wanted to do samba, and I did end up doing samba for that one. So I bought the transcript online, the dots online, and learnt it that way, because I just wanted to make sure it was correct. I didn't want to go on YouTube, or I didn't want to transcribe it myself, just in case they were playing it in a very certain way, because I just wanted the tone to sound right for that song. I thought it went really well. Chris on drums is obviously nuts, and Katie, she's mad, really good singer. Yeah, for the solo, yet again, I just kind of, I don't know, I think nerves got the best of me. I did try and play some Django Reinhardt phrases that I learned. I tried to include a bit of the whole the diminished scale in my work. I tried to do a little bit of Phrygian, but you know, I just ended up doing like Dorian or like major scale. And I was like, I don't know why, but I think it was just the nerves mostly. But yeah, I think the best thing was kind of comping for other people and kind of supporting other people through their work. I was happy with my performance on Aldia de Ogum, my improvising. I was happy with all of them really. It's just I knew how I could have improved, but it's just the main focus was making sure I played the right notes and making sure I didn't kind of like mess up. So one thing was my sound. When I turned on some of the pedals that I was using, I didn't do the sound properly, so then it ended up the sound would dip as soon as I hit the solo, and then obviously I'm playing up here, so I can't kind of like turn the knobs to like turn the volume up. In the future, I'll invest in a technician who can just be there, and if I press the pedal and I'm like, dude, it's too quiet, get him and you press it, or I can just do it myself and be a professional guitarist and actually level everything before the gig starts, which is something that I'll probably learn over the summer. But yeah, overall, I did love playing the improvising. It taught me a lot. It taught me a lot of the scales and a lot of the phrasing, more importantly, that I needed to learn. Because it wasn't necessarily the scales that you had to play, it was interpreting the music in terms of scatting and just playing it that way, not thinking about your theory, just thinking about what works in your head for that song. So I did go back and I'd listen to the tunes and I'd kind of scat in my head how I'd want it to sound and try and reenact that sound through my picking. It's something that I've never really done before, but it's something I'm going to be working on. So I will be looking at more of George Benson's work just to see how he does it and how I can integrate it into what I do. Probably won't sing along because, you know, I sing like a donkey, but it'll work when the mic's away. I can like do-do-do, you know, and play the guitar and it'll be in key, and it would also sound more natural and less robotic, which is something that a lot of people have been saying I play like. and it's something that I'm trying to bash out of me, but hopefully over the summer I'll get it done. Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed teaching us this subject as much as I enjoyed playing it. It will help me out in the future. And yeah, thank you for listening. Bye.